Hi, my name is Nikki Baker, and the historical person I chose to speak about is Andy Warhol. I'll tell you in a second a little story about his last name. He was born August 6, 1928, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His parents immigrated from the Slovak Republic and is the youngest of three sons. He was actually born Andrew Warhola and dropped the A in his last name just because a critic who wrote about one of his paintings forgot his A in the last name, and he liked the way it sounded, so he just left it at Andy Warhol. He went to the Carnegie Institute of Technology in Pittsburgh in 1945, graduated with his Bachelor's in Fine Arts in Pictorial Design. He then moved to New York and pursued a career as a commercial artist. His first work appeared in Glamour magazine in September of 1949. Throughout the 1950s, he was known as the most successful illustrator of his time. He won numerous awards from the Art Directors Club and the American Institute of Graphic Arts. His clients included Tiffany & Company, Miller Shoes, Columbia Records, NBC, Vogue, and many more. His art's based on photography and other source items. He made his first pop painting in 1961, and it was based on comics and ads. He had a fascination with Hollywood, so that's where the Marilyn Monroe and the Elvis stepped in. And he also had a fascination with death and dying, so he had the whole series of the electrical chairs and car crashes. In 1962, Andy painted the Campbell soup cans, which made him popular and gave him the celebrity status. In 1963, he began to make films. He made many classics over a 5-year period, and he made about 600 films from 1963 to 1976. In 65, he was the first to exhibit video as art. He is known as the most prolific and well-known artist the world has ever seen. He also had the privilege of working with the band the Velvet Underground in 1965. He was shot in the chest, close range, by one of the artists who was in one of his films. I'm not sure if it was out of jealousy or rage. They did pronounce him dead at the scene, but actually had to crack open his chest, massage his heart. After a 5-hour operation, obviously he made it through that. But then in February of 1987, he died from complications of a gallbladder surgery. In 1988, they held a 10-day auction, raised over $20 million for the Andy Warhol Foundation for Visual Arts. And then the Museum of Andy Warhol opened in Pittsburgh in 1994. Andy Warhol is known for the most famous artists for his loud, bold paintings, and he wasn't afraid to take any risks or dive headfirst into anything new. It's just kind of was funny to me how, someone tried to kill Andy and his own body took his own death. So I thought that was a pretty interesting fact. So thank you.